Hello everybody. We're going to have a look at the second quarter when the Warriors came from behind to turn this into a blowout. Portland surprises the Warriors with a full court press right off the bat, and it confuses the Warriors. You see them trying to improvise a play here. Damion Lee is flicking the thumb backwards saying, hey, come hit your right on my screen. I'll set a screen for you. But then Otto Porter Jr. is going to flick his thumb backwards and say, no man, I'm going to set a screen for you. You come take my screen. And so you get this little O. Henry story, the gift of the Steph-I. So both these fellows are setting screens for each other, which is not going to work. Steph, in the meantime, I believe he sees Klay Thompson over here unguarded on the far wing. And so he's flinging the ball over to Klay. But I don't think Otto Porter Jr. realizes Klay's behind him, so you're going to see him react with surprise and go, oh, whoa, I better catch this pass, otherwise it's going to end up in the 8th row. He catches the ball, and then here's Klay, who was waiting for the pass, and you'll see him just give the slightest bit of annoyance energy with his body language here. Just a little bit of the arms down like, come on, man. So the Warriors flow this into a two-sided screen for Steph. Steph takes the left screen. Two players go to Steph. No one ever got fired for following Steph. Kuminga takes this chance to make a nice little diagonal cut. Kuminga's really good at these diagonal cuts. It seems to give him a little bit of an angle to get around defenders and use his strength and leverage against the defenders to get to the basket. Second defender rotates, leaving Damion Lee completely open for the kick-out pass. His hands are up, his arms are ready. And Jonathan Kuminga says, well, I could kick it out to the open three in the corner, or I could just dunk on two fools. Nice pump fake. The Blazers are pretty committed to being tank commanders. By the time you hit this bench unit, you're definitely dealing with rookies and people who are new to the team, so it's pretty disorganized, and the Warriors absolutely take advantage of this. Simple pin down for Steph off ball. Steph's man follows him over the screen. Otto Porter Jr.'s man goes towards Steph because no one ever got fired for following Steph around. Otto Porter Jr. says, you all follow Steph, I can slip to the basket. And Steph just throws a little dink pass over the top. There is a rotation, but OPJ's got a head of steam. Thump. The Blazers pull off a really nice play. Back screen here for Steph's man. Steph's going to get nailed by the screen, so it's up to Kuminga to switch to cover this man, which he does not. Brandon Williams goes completely uncovered to the basket. Steph is pointing, saying, hey man, I need help, and Jonathan Kuminga says, hey, help comes from within. But unfortunately, the ball does not see the man under the basket open. I really feel for this guy. At this point, this fellow's attention is now pointed at what looks like some kind of pin down screen on this side, and this guy's going to give the most pathetic little hop of frustration. Ah well, no one's perfect, especially when you're all new teammates. Steph stays with the driver. Beautiful strip there, swipe down a la Andre. Otto Porter Jr. gets down on the ground and squirts the ball out. And now this is a matter of the Warriors just using raw speed. And Steph Curry, kind of underrated at running the transition. It's only a little bit of a lead he has on his defender over here, but he just runs because he knows that on this side of the line they have numbers. So it looks like his defender's almost caught up. If Steph can go fast, he's going to find an open player. This defender has to cover Klay over here and Cutter Kuminga. Steph throws a sublime pass here. The defender chasing to Kuminga, which is, it's too late for that. He probably should have gone over to Klay. So Steph whizzes this pass right behind his head to Klay in the corner. Klay bobbles it, but he's got so much time that he can fake out the closeout. Quick premature celebration check. Okay, one last peek by Steph to see that Klay got the flyby on the closeout, and that's it. The capsule is detached from the Rockets, and Steph is going to just take a subtle no-look victory lap, totally trusting Klay in the corner. Yeah, I've already seen this. Oh, he did sneak one last peek here to see what happened to the ball. Bye-bye, yeah. I've seen him hit that shot before. On this miss, Kuminga does a good job rebounding this ball, even though it's contested by two Blazers. The positioning is super unfortunate for the Blazers because this jump takes this man out of the play. This man was already on the sideline, so probably you needed better team balance on that rebound. Kuminga's going to come out of this scrum, and bam, this is suddenly, just by running fast, going to be a 5-on-3. There are almost too many players open here. Got this man guarding the corner. Clay is, in fact, open on the wing here. Kuminga is trying to throw it to Steph on the wing. I think that's Otto Porter Jr. was running in the same lane. There's so many open men, they're getting in each other's way. This defender needs to close out. OPJ decides to run through. Good idea. This defender is going to Steph, of course. No one ever got fired following Steph. Good contest here from this defender to run Steph off of his spot. Unfortunately, this defender is just hanging around in case Steph decides to drive, because no one ever got fired for following Steph Curry. He probably would have been better served following Otto Porter Jr., who goes straight to the basket. He is an NBA player after all, and Steph finds Otto Porter Jr. immediately. Zing. And Otto winding up for the thunderous dunk. Yeah, still counts for 2 points. And Juan Toscano-Anderson running out, makes a beeline for Otto Porter Jr. in his time of need after that dud of a dunk. I think he's saying basically, yo, what the hell was that, man? What happened to the dunk? And Otto Porter Jr. starts doing some kind of hand explanation, like, I don't know. I thought that guy was going to block it, or I don't know. A little bit of defensive communication. Juan Toscano-Anderson is going to signal with his hand saying, I'm going to take this guy, and Steph's going to swing over to this man, and he's going to wave with his arm, acknowledging, yeah, you take that guy. There's a drive. I think that they had sent a telegram that there was somebody open on the wing, but that was several seconds ago. That information is out of date. Coughs up kind of a weak pass right to Steph. And Steph now has a secret sauce against this Blazers team. They're just disorganized in transition defense. There's a steal. The Blazers seem to have this covered. This is 4-on-4, but unfortunately the four are bunched up in a weird way. Josh Hart's covering the man in the corner. This man is covering the cutter. This man is staying here with the middle lane, which means this fellow is not covering anybody. So that means that Damion Lee is at this moment uncovered, and he's just going to keep on driving. This defender doesn't want to leave Jordan Poole. This defender is reluctant to leave this man running right down the middle. So Damion Lee exploits this by going straight to the basket. Sweet little Euro step here, a little ball fake to send this defender flying, and then the 1-2 step around this defender. Pretty delicate layup. Poole contesting the three-pointer. This man is going to watch his shot, holding the follow-through, looking good. Jordan Poole is going to just keep on running. Steph gets the ball and immediately hucks it down. This is going to be one in a series of long passes he makes. Second consecutive long outlet pass by Steph to trigger the break. The Blazers have numbers here, but unfortunately the numbers are not very close to Jordan Poole. This man gives him a lot of space. Understandable. This man, knowing that Poole is contained over here, probably should have gotten closer to Poole, but he didn't, and Poole says, this is going to look really good if I don't dribble this at all. Simons, this exciting young player, decides to ISO Kuminga. Doesn't seem like a very smart idea. So he fires up the three, well contested by Kuminga, and the rule is when you contest someone shooting a three, you might as well just keep on running. Didn't we just see this movie? Kuminga's off to the races. Steph getting fancy with it though. This time he catches it with one hand and one motion. Yoing, perfect pass to Kuminga on the post pattern, and he's fouled, preventing the highlight dunk. Well, finally the Warriors don't get a fast break, mainly because the Blazers fouled Kuminga, so there was a stoppage in play. Maybe that's the secret to stopping the fast break. Though the Warriors have to call an actual play. I wonder if you recognize what play this is? Yeah, okay, so any play that pretty much that starts off with this down screen for Steph, coming up and slipping the screen. This is the Clay play. Steph ball fake forces the contest to come over to the side, so Steph can just go right around him. Simon stunts in to try to harass Steph on the drive. He gets mesmerized and he's just looking at Steph saying, look at Steph Curry, so inspirational, man. And Jordan Poole just slips over to the side. Juan Toscano-Anderson sees this all happening, so he makes himself available, and instead of hoisting up this three, he knows that Poole is flared out completely unchecked. So nice little pass over. Simons is still looking in Steph's direction, and now he's switched over to look at Juan Toscano-Anderson. I guess he's saying, look at Juan Toscano-Anderson, man. Steph passed it to him. That's so inspirational. Jordan Poole says, yeah, keep that energy up. Bang. And it's pretty much ball game at this point. Let's check on Jordan Poole, demonstrating some basketball physics. He puts up the very open three, and now he's bouncing on his heels, trying to use body English to will this ball into the basket. Boing, boing, boing. But the body English bouncing is not enough to get the ball in the basket. But now he sees Andrew Wiggins coming in for the enormous putback, so he maintains his bouncing. Boing, boing, boing. But his 3 boings are not enough to get Wiggins to finish the huge dunk through the contact. Poole has now stored up 2 big plays worth of body English bouncing. That energy has to go somewhere. It's the conservation of celebration energy, and Poole transforms the bouncing energy into the twist.